We want more portals. We need more protection in here because right now we're in another dimension. Even though we're in another building, there's another building and another dimension attached to this. And we don't know who's doing rituals in that dimension to try to stop our energy here. So therefore, we want to raise the vibrations because we exist everywhere right now. So we have enemies that's a part of us. That's us. And other dimensions that can be trying to stop you. And that's you. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes we are our worst own enemy. That's where that word comes from. So brothers won't come up front. We're going to chant. Because when we chant, a lot of people get it misconstrued. We think that chanting is just something that we do and we feel good about. Chanting actually is when you get on your walkie-talkie and you start calling out to certain things that is in your defense. We call them the archangels. The archangel. This is why when you look at the ankh is the archangel. It has the two angel wings. It has yin and yang. So sometimes your negative can be your defense, and your positive can be your enemy. And sometimes your positive can be your defense, and your negative can be your energy. So we're going to allow both of them to be our energy today. So we're going to come up and chant. Y'all ready? When I count to 3, we'll say honor to the black woman. Matter of fact, we're going to do it 10 times. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Honor to the black woman. 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 Honor to the black woman.
Ashe. Yes.
I take the audience to the moon. So tonight we're gonna go to Mars because Mars and Sagittarius got something going on. They doing a house warming. They're giving birth to a certain energy that's about to help us to our benefit. So before I start though, I'm going to read something that was on my heart. Anything that comes from your heart is sent from the ancestors. It don't come from you. You know what I'm saying? So, and everybody have a chance to have this when I finish. We don't just exist here. At the moment, every single one of us are existing somewhere in another dimension. Your dreams is the computer that is carrying these other parts of you through these different lifetimes. For an example, if you have a dream that you are pregnant with twins, then either you are pregnant with twins in another life, or you yourself will be a twin in a future life, or you was at some point in time a twin in your past life, and you are revisiting yourself through downloads of memory in your DNA that is being downloaded into the dream world, which is your 7th chakra. That's your 7th gate. Now, we all meet parts of ourselves through other people. Some of us could be in a relationship with a person that was our father, brother, sister, or even our enemy in the past life. When bees sting you, we're going to go into bees because we was building on bees on the way from Atlanta. But bees is not just bees. You have to understand that bees is a sustainer. Anything that's your sustainer, they teach on religion is your God. But anything that's your sustainer is your mother. So when you see things such as bees and why they're putting out process and clone bees, which can actually sting you and download processed information into you and cause you to see certain images and stuff like that, they're trying to keep you from getting the mail from your ancestors. But the original bees is our ancestors. That's why I said the very bird that's in your window could be the same ancestor that built the pyramids. We reincarnate through DNA as a memory. We ain't nothing but thoughts. What you see here is nothing but energy. And once we get that out of our mind, that we are physical people and we can start seeing energy, we'll know when somebody's trying to scam us because we'll go based on energy. Mm-hmm. And how do you do that? Your magnifying glass is your mind. You can see it, not with your 2 eyes, but by way of feeling. You get what I'm saying? So when bees sting you, they are releasing information into your DNA, and then they die after they sting you. That's why they die after they sting you. Because they only supposed to come in and find the person that is supposed to sting and leave. It sounds crazy, but these are our ancestors out here in nature. A lot of us say, well, I'll go visit my mother. Your physical mother is not important. Yeah, we love her for bringing us through the portal. But a lot of us have disrespected our real mother because we don't go and visit our real mother, which is nature, outside the door. And because we don't visit her, she don't protect us. You get what I'm saying? So what I'm going to do is we're going to go into something called telekinesis. Who heard of telekinesis in here? The object is just the mass to the energy that's within that object. So your thoughts is an energy, right? So if I use energy to move other energy, that's telekinesis. And I'm going to give y'all an example of it. Man, my brother, can you hand me one of those words? Thank you. All right, y'all. I really didn't need a water, but I just gave you an example of telekinesis. It's simple. I just not told you that we are energy, right? And I say your thoughts are energy, so I use my thoughts as a base of energy to use this energy to bring this water to me. I didn't even move.
That's right.
So Christians
I
sit
like
back and have
that.
faith, right? I can move stuff more quicker than their God. I just did it. But child right here was falling out of a seizure, right? All I have to do is tell this brother to do this and do that. That's telekinesis. I'm moving things in my mind. Not only that, so the energy that's around us, if we get familiar with it and respect the energy, it'll do other things for us. That's why when brothers get locked up, they say, my woman down for me, she's sticking with me. That's because he respected her. And so therefore his telekinesis is working from behind the walls. It's telekinesis. Y'all get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Now I got a question for everybody. That was just a little experiment. How many people in here think they exist? Raise your hands. Don't be afraid now, because the thing is, you're going to miss out on something that, okay. All right. Almost everybody. Now, how do you know that you exist? Tell the truth.
Therefore I am.
You think?
I think that
Therefore
I
you
am.
are. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? She
I
said
impact lives.
you impact lives, so
Yeah.
you exist.
You have to, yeah.
Okay. Now, the word exist itself didn't exist until it existed in a mind that's non-existent. Think about what I'm saying. The word exist itself did not exist until it existed in a mind that is non-existent. I'm going to let that sink in for a little while. The word exist is English, correct? The English language is not old. So how did the people before the word exist, who created the word exist, the people before, what did they say that they were doing? Did they say that they were existing?
They were being.
See, it's no different than me believing in Jesus as a man and me believing that I exist. You know why? Because for me to say that I exist, I say that I'm a Christian, because I'm putting a title on my existence. Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Or overstand, or understand, whatever you say. For the mere fact that I believe that I exist, on whose time? Again, your thoughts is time. So if somebody is creating your time and telling you when to do this and when to do that, then you only exist, and you are causing their reality to exist because of the way that you project their existence through their agendas. Right? So, do you still believe you exist? You don't think you exist? The one who don't exist is the unknown. The unknown is the most powerful, is because it don't exist. Why? Because it don't believe in nothing. It don't adhere to anything but common sense. Right? It don't say that I'm male or female. Energy don't have a sex. Male and female is English too. So maybe they were trying to stop us from being able to communicate with certain things in the environment when they say that we were male and female. Think about what I'm saying. Let that sink in too. See if y'all catch on to it. Now, we're going to go ahead and go on to Q&A, because this is a Q&A. This is a community Q&A. I'm going to come back to this because I want to touch on certain things pertaining to the metaphysics of the Men in Black. How many seen the movie Men in Black? Familiar with it? Good. All right, so in the movie, you know that they have the thing where they push the button and it takes your memory. Right now, as I'm speaking, the cell phone that you have right beside you, don't you know, as long as they have an AM tower, which is an anatomical modulating frequency tower around us, they can utilize that to tap into memory from your cells and the nucleus. Your nucleus is USB from your ancestors 10,000 years ago. One little nucleus in your cell hold memory of a whole universe of civilizations that lived and created story and history for themselves. Everything they see on television is real. There's nothing entertainment about it. It's real. Star Wars. Those places exist. They're just not here. But some people can actually go through your DNA, go to these places and come back and say, this is what this place looked like. Antarctica. For those who was there in my Atlanta lecture, Antarctica actually have places that look like the things that you see in Star Wars. You get what I'm saying? So I'm gonna break that down even more, but we're gonna go into Q&A so that everybody can get fed. Again, when you ask your questions, you're cooking your food. I can't cook your food and feed you. So ask your questions, or you're gonna leave me alone. So we're gonna start off. Again, we family. We're supposed to be here with each other. We knew each other before. For the mere fact that we're here means that we knew each other in the past life, or we're going to see each other again in the future life. So we got to connect. This is the meeting of the minds. This is the X-Men meeting. We are the real X-Men. We have other small groups going on in other jurisdictions in what we call the United States. It's just like this, and they are X-Men. We're not the only ones, but we are residents of that reality that we call the X-Men. So, let's ask the questions. Nothing sounds crazy, nothing sounds stupid. I don't care what you say. What is it about a baby when it cries? Anything. Everything has a meaning and a purpose.
Menstrual cycles.
Menstrual cycles. Well, menstrual cycles, when you study a menstrual cycle, that has something to do with the physical. But we know that for those who follow me, they know that the blood itself is a spiritual entity. But when you study your blood, it has a sequence of vibrations that certain beings will put up on once you put it into their body. It's just like a deaf child. When a child is deaf, you have to communicate with that child using sign language. You have other beings who can communicate with the entities in your blood and take advantage of that vibration and communication and intelligence in your blood and use it against you. This is what's going on with us. They know how to put us on a frequency and have us dumbed down by using food. Now, the reason why we are having so many menstrual cycles is because of the things that we eat is genetically modified. Genetically modified food. Food is what? Information. They tell you it's ingredients though. But the ingredients is information, so they put all these long words on it to kind of sidetrack you because they know that we're not going to go and research it. But something in your body can actually tell you what it is, and the conscious person that's here in this third dimension don't even have to know what it is because you have other people living in you. How does your body tell you what it is? Because you'll start reacting in a negative way. Your pressure goes high. You're getting diabetes. That's your ancestors telling you you don't need to eat this. You don't need to go to a doctor to when you stop breathing heavily, remember, air is an element. So when you are suppressing this element, this is the ancestors coming from the jurisdiction of the world where the wind exists. Because we have certain worlds that exist. We have the world of wind, we have the world of water, the world of fire, the world of earth. This is a world where it's all blended. This is a world that's a mutt, so to speak. So when you get a dog, you get a thoroughbred, right? But when you start mixing your dogs, it becomes a mutt. This world consists of all the elements. Not because of what you see out there, it's because of you. You got it in your very DNA. Like I was telling her earlier, the reason why these buildings that they put these solar cells on or these solar panels on is because of us. Our keratinocytes hold solar. And so to keep their buildings from burning and keeping them up longer, what they do is they extract it from our DNA and put it on there. You get what I'm saying? But again, the blood is inside of the solar as well. You get what I'm saying? So carbon is not just something that we call melanin. I'm just using that for the time being. But we have information inside of that menstrual cycle that we can use to benefit us here on this earth if we know how to think on a certain vibration frequency. So people say, well, we shouldn't be having sex during our menstrual cycle. But how do you know that? Who told you that? Again, we have to go back to the root of it. Who told you that? Because I could prove that the menstrual cycle of the woman at the time that she's having a menstrual cycle is actually producing a vibration. So even though she's eating physical foods to suppress certain things in her, her body is saying, you know what? I'm going to reject this genetically modified energy and I'm going to create a vibration that will flush it out. And in turn, that right there, we can actually use that for our benefit, males in particular. So when you're going into your woman, she's on her menstrual cycle, she's creating vibrations for our benefit. But they tell you don't go near her when she's on her. Oh, she in the mood, this and that. That's what I'm saying, though. They try to keep you away from the thing that benefits you. So when they say Illuminati don't exist. The Illuminati is in this room. You are the Illuminati because we are the illuminated ones. So for us to keep saying that they are the Illuminati, we give them power. And every time you project a reality for them to have power, then we can't blame them because we allow them to exist under that power. You get what I'm saying? So if you keep on saying Trump this, Trump that, why is you even putting them in your mind? Trump don't exist for real. So what they did, they made us think that we exist so that we could cause them to exist. This is what you can do on a third dimensional plane. They know this science. You get what I'm saying? So that's what that is. Anybody else got a question?
I got a question. Like, I'm just now part about a year just dropped Christianity, so I'm trying to figure out as my children get older, how do I explain to them either that they are God or the definition of God?
All right. I'm glad you asked that. Now, we all have a geomagnetic force field that's around. We can't see it, but we have one. When you come out of your mother's womb, you connected to an umbilical cord. That umbilical cord don't start in your mother's womb. It starts far out in the universe. And where's the universe? The subconscious. So when we point out there, we're really pointing in. Now, the concept of God It's only 600 years old. So how can God exist when anthropologists is finding physical components that's older than the word God? The chronology don't add up. You get what I'm saying? So you have to take them to the root of what they are. Teach them the elements. You are made of what? Water. What did God say in the Bible? Again, Christians need to take their own advice. God says he's the sustainer, or what they call it, they say God is a he. Oh, there we go again, right? So we're putting the woman back and we're putting the male front so that she can honor us when it's supposed to be the other way around, because she's the Eastern Star. That's why I bring y'all here to face her, because she don't have to face the Eastern Star. We do. When they say there's a star born in the East, in the Bible that Jesus, we have to go to follow the star to the East, they talk about the woman. But they have a homosexual tendency in their body. We're not born with homosexual genes. This is influence and conditioning. Everything is born perfect. Everything is born with a potential of common sense. But as soon as you take that child and put that child into an educational facility, that common sense now becomes processed, because that child is not thinking for itself. It's just like if I go out in nature and I pick some herbs, right? And then I take it into a laboratory and genetically modify it, it's no longer an herb that's beneficial to my body. So that child is no longer beneficial to itself. So it's up to us to take it. You can actually reincarnate anything. Reincarnation is not just through lives. Remember, thoughts, we reincarnate through our thoughts, because somebody will leave from here and go share this with somebody else. So I'm going to reincarnate through your mind, and then you want to download it and reincarnate through somebody else's mind, and then they'll pass from this physical shell into another dimension, and you will meet them again, and then they're going to say something, and you'll be like, damn, I heard that before, and it came from you, and that's deja vu. You get what I'm saying? So when we're talking about reincarnation, it really exists, but not in a spooky way. It's just like reincarnation. So you have to teach them that they are the elements. The elements is what? The children of Mother Nature. The elements can't exist without the mother. When I say mother, I'm talking about in the sense of the feminine energy. I told her earlier, we have two types of energies. We have energy that produce or reproduce, and energy that don't. And the energy that reproduce is what we call female. And the energy that don't produce is male. Don't mean that just because it don't produce don't mean it's not important. They both have to exist as yin and yang, like day and night. They can't say I'm powerful at night. You get what I'm saying? Because night, at what we call 3 a.m., that timeline, our body is producing certain elements to help us to be able to heal certain particles that they are putting out with the CERN systems and the satellites. So even though they're taking some of your memory, they're not taking the most important part of your memory, because the satellites can't read spiritual information. We have spiritual information in us, and they can see some of it, and the thing with the two eyes, but they can't see with this because they come from a planet that don't allow them to be able to be plugged up to that reality, that subconscious. So this is why we get into a room and we start, even if you go into a church, you can go around people that sleep who can heal you. So you go in there with the music, next thing you know, your body, you shaking, your feet stomping, you go home, you feel good. This is unconscious energy of healing. This is what I call it. It's called unconscious. So sometimes the unconscious can be very beneficial to us. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, the negative can be good sometimes. Because if somebody come in and start trying to take that child out of our hand, I'm going to bust their head. It's negative. I have to use that lower self. We have to protect that child by all means necessary.
That's right.
If it means that my life, or what we call life, have to go. Because I ain't going away from here. I'm going to snatch another body that's being brought into this dimension or another dimension. I'm going to go on and live in that life.
That's right.
I might not have memory of being here, but at least I'm there. I was able to save that child before I left and go into it. And that I might meet that child in another life, and that child might save my life. Energy.
I say, yes.
So that's what we are. All right.
Is it like when you go out of town or something, and you be in an area and you like the area looks like you've been there. It's like I've been here. I know this. I can move around like I've been here before.
We talked about that a little
That's
bit.
right.
In this body, you haven't been there.
That's right. In that body, you haven't been there.
Yeah.
But you might have been a star in that area that was actually watching over that area, and you actually body snatched the people in that area who was waking up. So you reflected as a star through those star seeds and was able to see what they saw through their two physical eyes, and you was able to download it, and then they put it into your body, and you came into a next life, and then you say, you know what, I seen that, I've been there before, but it wasn't you. You was there by way of those people who was there.
Yeah.
That's how we connect. You get what I'm saying? So yeah. So this is
Okay, so it's two things. So I was raised as a Christian. I was raised in the church. And so since I've been learning, I've pulled away from religion. I'm so used to praying And so I pray a lot in my head, like I'm always having conversations with God. And so I struggle with disconnecting from that part. That's one thing. Another thing is that, like, I have on the outside I'm very positive, but in the inside a lot of times I think negative. Like, I think about like losing a family member, or I think about death a lot, people I love, and so that a lot of times that triggers my prayer to knock that out, and it helps me with my, the way I think. But I don't know.
See, that's an unconscious. See, even though you're not conscious, that prayer is praying outside. See, a lot of people say, well, we shouldn't pray because you're praying outside, but the outside is in the inside. So when you're doing rituals or you meditating, that's a form of prayer. Christians are praying, but the only thing is they are calling out to something that's disconnected from themselves. They are calling out to a figure that somebody else created in their mind on a frequency that actually oppresses them. That's the difference. There's nothing wrong with you praying as long as you praying to those elements which makes you up. Or praying to you. When we leave here tonight, remember to be mindful of how we think, because we exist in other places right now. And your dreams will actually show you some things if you look very closely. So if you're dreaming, for example, if you're dreaming again about you seeing your mother pregnant, you might go to your mom and be like, Mom, be careful, I had a dream that you was pregnant. Or Mom, I just had a dream that you had a car accident. But it's not really her having a car accident. Remember that you are a reflection of her because you came through her. You are her energy. You are a cloned energy from her. And your mother might still be a Christian while you wake up. But again, she's probably page 1 and you page 15. You get what I'm saying? And then there's other pages to come. So just when we think that we are intellectual, it's infinity. We are infinity. We're going to go on into new bodies from here. We don't only exist in human form. So the thing is, when you are praying, you are doing the right thing. But the thing is, pray to yourself. Don't pray to nothing that somebody else created, or like Horus, Osiris. All this stuff is in you. These are all body parts. Horus is what? The pineal gland. Right? So Horus didn't exist as a planet. This is why the kemetic community, I'm so fed up of them. Because they want to get on Christians talking about y'all praying to Jesus. He never exists. Well, Horus never existed neither.
That's right.
So I'm that other page after the kemetic community to let you know that Horus didn't exist neither. Sorry. Horus is inside you. You are Horus.
That's right.
And don't even connect yourself. And when you graduate beyond that level, you stop calling yourself that too.
That's right.
Because
I'm nothing because I'm everything.
And they fear us because we are the unknown. Why do you think they give us so much attention on media? Black History Month. Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Chinese Lives Matter, Japanese. Why are they giving us so much attention? Because we the unknown. And they want us to know that we matter, but on a lower level. But they're not telling you how you really matter, though. Matter. What does matter? You really matter. You all matter.
Sweet.
So when they say all lives matter, I don't think so. Because all lives does not matter. You get what I'm saying? So when we go into the jurisdiction of praying and certain things like that, your heartbeat will do things for you that you are unconscious for. You could be in a car, right? And if you are in a position where there are certain dimensions where your ancestors is chanting, say for instance, if I'm coming down the street and where my ancestors chant is a building there, and my ancestors that's existing, still existed 10,000, they still exist 10,000 years ago. I'm driving, I have a car accident. And a person drive up the street where they're not chanting in another dimension, but it's just blank. They're going to probably leave that body and die. Me, I'm going to live. You know why? Because in another dimension, in that jurisdiction where the street at, they was rising the vibrations of frequencies, and I picked up on it by accident. Accidental emergency help. This is what it is. So this is why some people live. Or they could have been a shooter in a past life. You get what I'm saying? So if I get shot here, that means that I probably shot somebody in a past life. My thoughts were so powerful, I was so determined to do it. Your determination causes the highest frequency and vibration. So it'll follow you. Whatever you do follows you. You get what I'm saying? That's why you have to watch how you treat homeless people as well. Because homeless people, they don't feel what we feel. They don't feel temperature. We ride past them and be like, well, ain't they cold? No, they're not cold. They're not even here. They don't see you. Go talk to them. And they'll talk to you back. But they'll start with you on Christianity to see where you at. But they're your ancestors. They want to see where you at. And if you follow along with the Christianity, they'll cut you off right there. They're not interested in that.
And so when they do that, because I had this man, he started with the Christianity. I told him I don't believe in religion, and he started talking as a sense of kemetic, like knowledge and stuff like that. So do you necessarily, because society would call those people crazy?
Mm-hmm.
What would you?
They are the X-Men. All right, when you watch the movie X-Men, the government, what they try to do in the movie, and it's no coincidence that it's the United States government and in the movies, they telling you something. Who they calling crazy? I'm not going to just put that on the homeless people, but they talking about us. That's why they said give them ADHD pills, do this, do that, because they suppressing a gene in you that they want you to think is crazy. So when I come along and I say that, you know what, we probably haunt this building right now and people can hear us. We probably inside of a house somewhere and they can hear somebody shouting. If they really in tune with themselves, they can hear somebody shouting. But then they'll say, take that motherfucker to the psych ward, give him some medication. Taking dopest child up, give him some medication. See, what they don't tell you is the child ain't crazy. They just afraid of the ancestor that might pass something down to that child that will end their matrix. So sometimes when your kids, when they say they talk to themselves, they doing that, don't take it for granted because the ancestors is communicating with them through certain things, through certain realms and portals. So what they do is they give you the medication. Medication has spirits in it too, on low frequencies. Remember, you can put frequencies in a pill. You can put frequencies in food. So they don't have to use satellites. You can eat certain foods, download it, and they can have images in that they can set up an image in that frequency, and now you walking around seeing certain things. And those certain things that they put in those pills to make you see, now you ain't hearing that voice no more. They say, well, at work, you don't hear voices no more. Yeah, because they put something in that pill to shut that voice down from the ancestor so that way they can see, because image is what? Image is the biggest oppressor. Everything that we see, we believe. But if I come to you and there's something exists and I tell you about it, you never seen it before, it's pseudo. But you're not gonna get nothing that I'm giving you from the internet. You're just not gonna get it. Some stuff, yeah, that I've grown from, such as reptilian and all that stuff, yeah, but that stuff was taken too. But that's another lecture for another day, because I'm not talking about reptilians in physical form. What is a reptilian? A reptilian is a being in nature that thinks a certain way. An eagle has a certain nature. We all have different natures in our brain that we can utilize. When I go outside and I start whooping ass for somebody touching my child, I've utilized my reptilian nature. I'm about to body their ass. I'm about to snatch bodies now. Body snatching. You get what I'm saying? So I'm learning as we go that it's not physical. Just like I used to be very militant with the United States of Africa. I say, you know what? I'm about to put my people on the line of fire. And these people ain't even trying to stop me. So for the mere fact that I'm doing this, they're not trying to stop me. They want me to do this shit. So I'm backing away from it. You get what I'm saying? I'm going underground because this is a spiritual war.
That's right.
If we're not physical people, and everybody say that, even the church, we're not physical. Be not of the flesh, right? That's what your Bible says. So if you're not physical, then you're not fighting nothing physical. Something's suppressing you spiritually. Because spiritual elements is energy. Energy is thoughts again. So he who controls the mind controls the population, controls the people. You get what I'm saying? So they have towers. I said I was going to talk about the Men in Black. They have towers out here that act just like those things that you see in Men in Black when they press the button and take your memory. You ever woke up one day and said, you know what, I thought yesterday was the 16th.
I did that all last week.
They can do that to certain communities because they know that we're going to walk around to everybody in the world like, wasn't it yesterday 16th? We're not going to do that. We're just like, okay, and go on with our business. They got in the cartoons where the dad keeps zapping, taking him to Father's Day. Now he's Father's Day, because he was enjoying the pleasure of him being served as a father. So this is what they do sometimes, because what happens is they went against time. So they have to slow time down in order to catch up with the time of the astrological clock to keep us oppressed as far as our mental abilities to evolve with those energies that's coming from the constellation that we call Orion. You get what I'm saying? Anybody got questions? Well, remember that your life can be created through your DNA from here. So, what is DNA? DNA is it's intelligence, it's consciousness, it's education. So what I speak or what I bring from my mind, it would download into me, and it would shut down. So what you're doing is, how did you know you was a slave? How did you know that slave masters existed? You didn't know you was a slave. You didn't know a slave master before you came here.
That's right.
So when you came to the Matrix, they taught you that you had a slave master. They taught you that you was a slave. As long as they could teach you that you was a slave and you believe it, then that's what you are. You are what you think, just like you are what you eat.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? The foods keep you thinking on that condition. You get what I'm saying? Because it makes you lazy in your thinking. They can slow your brainwave frequency down by the foods that you eat.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? But if you're strong though, and you are communicating through certain realms, you can eat all the bad foods you want, and it won't even mess with you. The real you. I ain't talking about you. Do cancer exist? No. Do AIDS exist? No. Why don't it exist though? I ain't talking about because it's man-made. I'm off that shit too. Let's go to another. I told you we're going to Mars tonight.
That's right.
Now, if y'all can't come here and learn something new other than, oh, it's man-made, then y'all ain't coming to learn shit. That's on me. I have to take the rap for that. Why don't this stuff exist? Because what you are cannot catch what they say that you got. If you are the soul, then how can your soul catch cancer?
That's right.
She just died of cancer. She didn't die of nothing. The body just died of cancer, or the virus, or whatever you downloaded into it. But she didn't die. She's moving on to another body now, whether it's the bird, the eagle, whatever. She's going to move on to another ancestor. So, human nature is not the only nature that exists when it comes to what we call citizens. You have certain things that will follow you that is very familiar with you, either from past life or future life. So you may have a cat or a dog following you, right? But the thing is, not even because it knows you, because it sees certain energy on you that they see that need healing. So therefore, it'll follow you. And if you play with that cat or feed that bird, birds go to what? What they say in Proverbs. Watch what you say around birds, because birds take your words back to other birds, right? So they're not talking about literal intelligence. Your frequencies, birds can pick up on your frequencies, and as a donation that you give to them, nation. Remember, in the word donation, you have a nation. Anything that you donate to, if it don't have an agenda, it has a do nation, which they do, they don't say. So therefore, when you are giving donations to birds, they will take it to your mothers and fathers and to your spiritual account. And then next thing you know, every problem or situation that you had, you don't got it no more. You can pray through other things out. You can body snatch nature and use that bird, again, telekinesis, to take back certain information to the ancestor or to Mother Nature. You can cause earthquakes if you want to. If your spiritual account have enough spiritual money in it where you can buy a catastrophe, then nature will allow you to create it. And when I say spiritual money, I'm talking about your energy have to be powerful enough. The more powerful your energy is, the more money you have in your spiritual account. Meaning that you don't see nothing. Again, I don't see physical bodies right here. All I see is energy. So what I did was I created telekinesis by saying I was going to be here today, and I brought y'all here by using my mind. That's telekinesis. Y'all moved here. You get what I'm saying? So that's the power, and we should always be grateful for the power, the little powers, not the major, but the little powers that we have, because you will never have major powers here. The major power is what's watching over you in another realm, and it's not allowed to give you more than a certain amount of power while you're here. So again, you got to tap into who really are. Any other questions?
Okay, it sounds stupid, but
Ain't nothing stupid.
That's
But the mere
stupid.
fact that it exists in your mind means that it has a purpose. So
That's
you
right.
can teach me something from the thing that you call a stupid.
okay, this is an experience that I had, and I was like, I think I was like 12, but I remember when I was asleep, my body was levitating one time. What do you like?
All right. See, when you say body, I ain't gonna answer your question based upon. No. I'm gonna break it down for you. When you say body, I ain't gonna answer your question based upon you rose from your body. You have to ask, what is your body first, and do you have a body? Now we'll say body for the meantime. Your body is your mind. This body is a screen that's projecting holograms from your body onto it to cause the things that you may think is real to exist. You have certain suns and moons that's holograms, military bases, what they call space stations. So they show you a long tube and say, that's a space station. A space station is a moon. That's what they use. So when you are astral projecting, what you are doing is you are leaving one part of your mind to go into another part of your mind. Now your mind has nothing to do with your brain. That's two different entities. One is physical and one is the real you. So you are leaving certain parts of your mind, which is your world, to go into other worlds, to check up on yourself or check up on other people that you know. That's what astral projecting is. Can you hear my words? You can hear it, but you can't see it, can you? But it's still me. Why? Because it came from my mind. So for the mere fact that now it's residue on your mind, I've astral projected from my world into your world, and now you made me exist in your world.
Mm.
You get what I'm saying? Any other questions?
My profession, I deal with a lot of death and destruction. Sometimes, say if I have a certain call and a person dies, the next day I always feel like there's something on me. Sometimes the next day I can shake it, depending on
The thought first. So for the mere fact that he did that, you get what I'm saying? Shows you that there's no such thing as race. There's only such thing as good and evil. That's the only thing that exists is good and evil. You get what I'm saying? So when we try to attack people, we attack. Sometimes we're attacking the wrong ones. These could be the people that actually help us or assist us
That's right.
from getting from one place to another.
That's right.
I don't read African books no more because I'm not African. Who told me I was African? The same person that said Columbus founded America. So how am I gonna say that shit was discredited, but then not discredit the shit that they say I was in their other history books? How you know you was an African? Okay, the scholars, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, okay. Well, every scholar is here to help certain people on certain levels to wake up.
That's
They
right.
played chess with us. They didn't want us to stop. Our ancestors played chess.
That's right.
That's right. They played checkers. That's right. So the thing is, every answer is not in one teacher. I don't have all the answers. I'm just gonna give you what the ancestors give me.
That's
I
right.
can't charge for shit. You get what I'm saying? Because then I have to take that flack in the next life. You get what I'm saying? And hopefully I'll be homeless in the next life, so I don't have to see or go through a lot of stuff that's going on here. A lot of the people, the most conscious and intelligent people, see is outside that door.
Yes.
That's
I
what
had
they
that experience with my uncle
Yeah,
today.
that's what they at. That's what they at. And they know a lot.
Yeah.
One started talking about Jesus, then I was like, and then he felt it and was like, okay, let me go on to Martin Luther King because he ain't on that. And I felt him, I was like, and he said, let me go on to something else. And then he started talking about thoughts and frequencies. I'm like, he's like, all right, that's where he at. So they play chess with you to see where you at, and that's where they stop at. You get what I'm saying? So they know what's going on. These are the teachers. These are your great teachers. The people who don't try to put stuff together.